And if possible, please do keep your videos on till the end of the meeting so that it's more interactive. And I think this is the first meeting where we are having 90% of the members with the videos on right from the starting. So thank you very much. Thank you for that. And so let's just remind ourselves as to why we have these meetings. As Venkat sir was saying, that it's a real thing where people at 9 p.m. on a weekday coming for a meeting is not a small thing. So yeah, there is a purpose why we do this. And I hope it is the purpose that is drawing us all together and, making us come together and spend these 20-25 minutes that we just share some ideas with each other. So the purpose is that, we're trying to challenge each other. We're trying to come up with ideas, inspiration, education, from different people, whoever can come and share. It's not only me. In fact, last almost for 6 weeks, we had different, members sharing various ideas. So I, in fact, do only 20 or 20% of the talking these days. It's most of the members who are sharing various ideas on how to grow our businesses. So that's the purpose behind having these meetings, to come together, share ideas, network with each other, collaborate with each other, and keep growing in business. So that's the concept. And we focus on the pathfinder stage of business. That is an organization which has already taken off from the ground, but is trying to look for a path for growth, who is trying to learn a little more, equip a little more skills and knowledge, and then try to take the growth path. So that's the stage that we focus on. And how did BGSM start? So around 5 years back, three BNI friends, we went on a trek. We started talking about our businesses. We started asking questions about our businesses to seek guidance with each other. And what I found out was that there was huge value addition just talking to other business owners and getting answers to something that I am finding it difficult. And that experience led to the creation of BGSM. So we started meeting, three of us, multiple times. We went to each one of our offices and we started meeting and, setting goals for ourselves in growing, and all those kind of things happened. And that's how the BGSM as a format took off. So we have a portal called bacommunity.me. You can actually go there and create your profile. You can search for other members. We also have a tools called bgsm.rejola.com, where you can set up goals and you can track whether you're going as per the goals and you're reaching your goals. As a daily journaling, you can do that. And today we are focusing again on the individual. If you see, most of the topics we focus is on the individual, on the business owner. We have a WhatsApp group where you can share referrals, you can put inspirational messages, share about your business, all that you can do in the WhatsApp group. Please avoid anything that's not going to help a fellow entrepreneur in growing their business. You can please try to avoid. And today's topic is, what are the key habits of successful entrepreneurs? The format is, I will be sharing initially for about 8 or 10 minutes, and then each one of you can share or add to whatever is being told. And then towards the end, we close by asking some questions and answering and all that. So that's the format that we are going to do. So it's not a one person sharing everything. It's like a team discussion, but the person who presents introduces the topic and shares few ideas. So that's a format that we follow. So the first one is importance of habits. Of course, a very common topic, very well-known topic, but I thought better to start with that so that we know why we are talking this. So our habits can lead us to success to or towards failure. So whatever habits we have that we do on a daily basis will ultimately project us towards success or project us towards failure. It is the daily repeating things that we keep doing. So correct habits by entrepreneurs can lead them to definite success. Okay. So the first one, of course, is a topic that I spoke about a couple of months back, where I spoke about body, soul, and spirit, and I spent a lot of time on that. So proper holistic approach towards self-growth in all aspects of life will definitely is one of the major habits required. So that's, I thought I'll just put one slide on that and then move on to various other ideas also. So the first one is extremely strong purpose, bigger than life purpose. So if you see somebody who achieves really big, if you look at their life's purpose, and that's all publicly available now, their life's purpose is so big that it is bigger than themselves, it is bigger than their own organization. Even if many competitive organizations come together, they might probably not achieve the goal, that the purpose with which they are working for. Good examples are like Elon Musk. The kind of goals that he sets is like, he himself has told, in fact, I was reading a few weeks back that he has told in his lifetime his goal cannot be reached. It will take another few years, probably beyond his lifetime, but he is making strides he is making very clear, benchmarks being achieved towards the goal that he has of colonizing Mars. Okay, but he's very clear it will not happen in my lifetime. He's very clear with that. He's publicly telling that. So bigger than life goal with whatever we have, humongous drive through the purpose. So when we have this purpose that is going to help humanity, and if that purpose is going to drive us, that's the drive that we need as entrepreneurs. A reason to keep going when there are continuous failures. And we know as entrepreneurs, the failures are like, almost every day. In fact, I remember Dave Ramsey's way of saying, he says that he has now completed close to 30 years in his business. And he says there he is standing on top of a big mountain. And the mountain is nothing but a collection of all the failures that he had. And the only point is that he is standing on top of it and not submerged under it. So it's failures that we all, keep having every single day and keep going forward. And if there is no big purpose, a strong purpose, there is no way we are going to keep continuing, keep, going at it, even when there are continuous failures. Clear goals. 1, 3, 5, 10, 25-year goals. I mean, I would say, in fact, bigger than that, like, but anyway, the very clear goals. Okay, this is my goal for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. It may change. 1 year later, our 3 years goal might change. It might not remain the same, but still having a very clear goal. In fact, Dr. Sunil was mentioning to me a few weeks back that I'm preparing a goal of 3 years for an organization that he's part of. 3 years, and he's not doing it just like that. He says I'm going to spend 2 months on it. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 months on it to create a complete detailed goal of 3 years for the entire organization. So that's very, very crucial, because if that kind of a goal setting is not there, and which may change, it's fluidic. It's not that we're going to be rigid with it, because six months down the line, we may think that, okay, the goal has to be tweaked a little bit. And then from that goal, we have a monthly, weekly, and a daily goals or tasks to be done. One thing that I have seen when I speak to entrepreneurs, recently I've been speaking to a few entrepreneurs, and I've been trying to share ideas and all that with them. Is many of them tell me that when we start our work in the morning, we are blank. We just sit there and wonder, what am I supposed to do today? Because there are so many things to be done, so many priorities that they can pick up, but they have no clue what to start off with. So if we don't divide our goals on years and months and days, and know exactly when we start the day, what are we supposed to do, then we are going to get into trouble. So having clear idea on how each activity will lead to eventual success cumulatively is extremely crucial. Genuinely concerned about team. Now, this is very, very important, because many entrepreneurs make a mistake of treating their team as employees or resources, but as a team working together. So instead of treating them as resources who you can, you pay them 20,000 rupees and you have a resource. Instead of treating them like that, because that's never going to yield, great results. Instead, treat them as something that you're working together with, something as a team. So motivate them, coach them, inspire them, drive them, and not push them. See, for example, when we have a team, there will be someone who might not even be able to achieve anything. But can we invest a little time for them? Maybe half an hour in a day, maybe once a week, sit with them and then, okay, listen to them, understand what are the challenges that you're going through. And can you, with your experience, invest time in them and tell them, oh, okay, I think if you do these three things every day, I'm 100% confident in the next 3 months or 6 months, you will definitely improve in this. So coaching them, guiding them, training them, grooming them, so that you're genuinely interested in them and you're helping them to grow. So work together towards same goal. So this is extremely crucial as an entrepreneur, because if we don't do that, our team members are no longer interested, to be treated as, just resources. Nobody is interested. Even we would get offended if somebody treats us just as resources. Your label is 1 lakh rupees or your label is 10,000 rupees. That's not how we want to treat each other. We want to be treated as human beings. So work inside life as one entity. Okay. So many of us, we make a mistake of treating work. I go to work and I come back. Okay. Instead, the correct way, according to me, what I understand is treat it as an entity, as a one entire circle, and not as a separate sphere that I'm going to work at 9 o'clock and coming back at 6 o'clock. Or, that's not how it works. The whole thing is one. and there is no need to balance anymore. So once you have viewed everything as one, you're not trying to balance it anymore. Not trying to say, okay, I need to spend 3 hours with my family, I need to spend 8 hours on the work. It's you're not trying to balance it anymore. It's an entirely new concept of looking at work and life. Okay. And strong family bond. One of the biggest challenge that we entrepreneurs face is not giving enough time for family, and putting all the time crunch that we already have and the stress situations that we go through. It reflects in our at home with our spouse, with our children, maybe even with our parents, and that can only double the problems that we have, double the concerns that we have. Already there are challenges, failures, and along with that, if things are not well at home with family, then it can only mount more and more challenges. So keeping emotional balances with family members strong, investing and involving them and their support in everything. I'm not saying that they need to come into business. That can also happen. That's wonderful if it happens. But even if they're not coming into business, have a very good emotional balance with them. Spend time with them, understand what they are going through, and then you being able to openly tell them what's happening, and taking them along, because when failures are mounting and the cash flows are not there, for example, family gets scared. It's not that they're trying to be opposing or anything, but they get scared and they get concerned, because they are also part of the family. They are thinking about the future and all that. So if the family's bond is not strong, the whole entrepreneurial thing can just collapse. So growth mindset. Always never be satisfied or become complacent. Now, this is one mistake that I personally made, that when you are succeeding and when you are getting growth and when your profits are improving and cash flows are improving, we kind of, some of us, not all of us, but some of us start becoming complacent, and we slowly start giving up maybe marketing, or, we start giving up networking or something, all that. So that's a very, very dangerous thing for an entrepreneur. It's always day zero. And this is, of course, Jeff Bezos is, from Amazon. He tells this. I just copied it. So that is, he says their culture is every day it is day one or day zero. Even if we have, let's say, taken up a goal we have completed in 3 months, but still it is day one or day zero. We are still looking at what can I do better and set up a new goal. Okay, so that's the sharing from my side. So now please unmute and you can add on what are the key habits of successful entrepreneurs. Please tell your name, company, location, and category for 15 seconds, and then you can do, so that it's a networking. We get to understand each other better, and we can connect referrals and customers for each other. So I'd request you to please unmute and please share your thoughts.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah,
This is
good evening.
Devi Session.
Yeah, good evening, doctor.
Can you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, it is. It is audible.
This is Devi Seshatri. I'm a tactical management MSME business consultant. This is really a nice topic and subject to discuss about. When we say habit, habit includes the most primarily is self-discipline and self-awareness. For self-discipline, self-awareness, if we have to develop, we have to follow ethics. And especially for business ethics is very important, because nowadays everywhere we can see more on money making. For every relationship is become a money making, and people fail to understand that money is important, money only is not important. So habits, development of habits depends on these three things: self awareness, self discipline, and ethics. This is my inputs. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, doctor. Thank you. Yeah.
So, Thomas, can I go with that
Yes,
so that I
yes,
can
please,
introduce myself?
please, yes, please.
Okay. Good evening, all. I'm a kind of newbie here. Thanks to Thomas, he inducted me today. To give a brief about my background, I'm into business consulting. Um, I spent about 25 odd years across the corporates, predominantly telecoms, telcos in India and outside India. I've handled a couple of greenfield projects as well. The last 3-4 years after I moved out of telecom and entire telecom in India got shut down, I came back to Chennai and settled. This is my hometown. Otherwise, I've been settling around India and outside India. I settled down in Chennai, and right now I'm offering consulting services to SMEs. Typically, these are about 100 to 500 crore turnover companies. They come to you for all kind of assorted stuff. Although I would like to handle only sales and marketing and customer service, they'll come to you for all kind of reasons, which is what makes my life little interesting as well, I should admit. That's a brief about what I am and what I do. To stay relevant to the topic today and with respect to the entrepreneurs, one thing I would it's resonated me when Thomas spoke about the work-life balance. That's a phrase which I never understood in all through my career. In the sense that if as long as you're enjoying your work, there's no such thing as work-life balance, and I don't see a different person in the morning or in the evening hours between the kind of schedules which we have. So it's very important, in my opinion, to do away with that phrase as much as possible, and that for that you got to enjoy your work, and for you to enjoy your work, you got to have some method to that madness to make your life easy, in spite of all the challenging stuff. Another topic I'll touch upon is with respect to this is also a new learning for me, particularly post COVID. There seems to be some kind of a change in terms of an employee's attitude towards his work. There's a bit of a laissez-faire attitude which is coming, which they are fairly entitled to, as an individual. So what appealed to me is what kind of appeal to me is it's very important in the recent days. I'm talking about the Indian market predominantly, where the employers are facing a challenge with respect to retention or motivation, or even in salary sometimes doesn't seem to be enthuse the guys, and they see a lot of attrition which otherwise was not there pre-COVID. Why I'm saying COVID and pre-COVID, there seem to have something substantive which have happened post-COVID, and so I'm differentiating these two periods. So what works, what should work, is the emotional connect between the owner and the employee team. Not always money matters, but beyond a particular point of time, money doesn't seem to have that kind of influence on the people, or the opportunities in the market is quite good for the capable guys. So retention becomes a huge challenge. So you got to use your emotional skills. The management, the managers, the department heads, for that matter, whoever is a people manager, has to use his emotional skills to connect with this employee. For that matter, I like the phrase with Thomas used again, saying that if an employee is not performing, you got to know it can't be a discarding, let me pick another one, let me replace somebody else. It can't be a mere salary to his name, right? It has to be a little more than that. So that's very, very important. I can give you, even from a pre-COVID days, an experience from my past. I spent almost more than 2 decades in telecom. I've joined telecom way back in 99 2000 period, where we used to have nothing less than Himalayan water and Avian water on our tables. That's a kind of a flushed situation, luxury. When we three guys will leave the airport, and all the three guys will be traveling in three different Innovas way back home. That's the kind of a luxury we used to have. From those days, come to 2015, 16, where even if I'm the CEO, I have to go and pick up the bottle and fill up the water and come to my desk. So I have seen that and this as well. Particularly the 2015, 16, 17 periods have been extremely difficult periods, where zero increment, and it was very difficult to motivate the team. And you had a huge challenge from Jio and Airtel, who are large organizations pumping a lot of money into the market. In that period of about 2 3 years, there's only one phrase I repeatedly used, almost on a daily basis. I used to tell my team that I'm not asking you to hold the organization too much above your head. Just hold it half an inch above your head. Just 1 inch above your head. That's all I want. You just need to make this organization survive for the next quarter so that we all survive and therefore you also survive. Without your support, we can't survive even for one more day. Day in and day out, the same phrase was repeated, and all of my reporting managers also latched onto that phrase. This emotional bonding made us survive for 3 years. We had huge attritions, but still somewhere we were able to reach out to people, become a lot more stronger in our bonding with them, in our engagement, understanding their pain points, understanding why they are not able to perform. If they were not performing, then we chipped in immediately. So it is very, very important to have that emotional connect, because this emotional connect will help you in crisis period. And I have gone through such a crisis period almost during the fag end of my career in telecom. And not only me, every other business head would have gone through that kind of a crisis during that period. Now, eventually it came to a shutdown and so on and so forth. That's a different story. And so even today, I think it's a very relevant thing. Even the recent days, whenever I used to face the challenge or a query from the SMEs, saying that I'm not able to get the right person. If the right person comes in also, he doesn't stay. Even if I invest in his training, it doesn't pay off because the guy quits and goes. Or I'm left with a lot of trash. I don't know what to do. So here again, I say that yes, you can't keep increasing your salary because that's not going. There's no end to it for that matter. So what's important probably here is the managers have to come to the business owners have to come through see through an intelligent way of handling and an innovative way of handling and connecting with the team members. Not only his immediate reportees, but cutting across the organization structure. It's very, very important. That means that even if it's an organization of 30, 40 members only, have a town hall. What we used to have in large corporates, have a town hall, small town hall with just a tea and a biscuit served. Spend some half an hour every week at least. So you'll be able to connect, you'll be able to understand, crack some jokes, get to know some birthdays, get to know what's happening there, what is happening in their life. This bonding helps you in a long way too, in my opinion. So I think that's one single thought I like to leave with, in this particular meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Venkat. Yeah, thank you for sharing that on one element, expanding it. Thank you very much. Yeah, sir, Jabakumar, sir.
Can I go ahead? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Jabakumar. I'm based out of Bangalore. I'm a kind of, HR professional by choice. I spent my entire career in managing people, and I bring in about 35 years of corporate HR experience, working in large corporates like SmithKline Beecham for a long time, where my foundation HR was. And then after that, I was with BPL Group in its glorious days. And afterwards, I was in GMR Group in the area of privatization from International Airport Authority of India to GMR airports. And I am on my own. I have my own HR consultancy and holding organization. I'm a specialist in HR processes, basically. And I'm a postgraduate in MBA in HR with the LLB and then MSc Psychology and a PhD now in HR. So this is briefly about me. And for the last 10 years, I've been heading this my consultancy firm called Merit Matters. Why? Because that's what I feel, that it's essential that we promote meritocracy at all levels of the management when you want to talk about high performance organization. Seeing I'm also a trainer. I do programs on customized programs for my MDPs for the organization. I've done for various small size, medium size, and also organizations like IS or one other. I am also a certified psychometric assessor and now a certified POSH trainer also. And that's a need of the day, I thought. Okay, so this is briefly my background. I strongly feel basically, no, I support the views, what emotional connect and what Devi also mentioned. A person when you hire, he should have a certain kind of personal value system. Like for example, I've been part of the great organization called SmithKline Beecham, where the corporate values of HR, 5 core values, which I imbibed in me so much, is because I was doing a lot of programs for the workers and all that. performance, customer innovation, people integrity. These 5 core values, I would say that every individual in an organization or as an individual per se, you must ensure that he has a personal vision statement which is embedded on these values. When you have people with values, automatically it gets carried over in the organization, and that's how you can build a high performance organization. This is my views, and I'm sure a lot of you will be also having various views. And I feel if you are talking about excellence and taking organizations to the next level, be it an SME or a large scale organization, it is essential people with values, good values, we need to build. And for that, every individual should be imbibed with the idea of having their own personal value system, 4 or 5 core values, which they must articulate themselves and then make it as a part of their life, not only work life but also personal life.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you, Jabakumar sir. Thank you. Thank you for having you here, and really nice, and hope you'll join in the upcoming sessions also. Maybe you can even take one of these sessions. Please let me know if you would like to take one of these sessions. We can come up with a topic that we all will benefit out of it. Yeah.
We have more to learn.
Yeah. Can
Radhakrishnan.
I?
Yeah, incidentally, I happened to see a report from McKinsey titled Beyond 9 to 5, The Power of Spiritual Health in the Workplace. I think I'll share this in the group. It's a very nice write-up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soumyaji, please go ahead.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's a very interesting topic, but I always touch up the emotion quotient of the people basically, because whatever you're talking about, the mission, vision, all the attitudes, all these things, unless you have an emotional connect, it will not going to be successful. But as an entrepreneur, one of the very key things is very important is you need to believe in what you do. Because most of the time, what happens is any entrepreneur who starts a business with, I want to do this, I want to do that, but end of the day, after 3 or 4 years time, they lose somewhere the vision and the focus towards what they do. And the most important thing is never say die attitude. Whatever happens to me, I will be stick on to what I do. Because all these things which you're talking about, the financial things and other things, are all external forces, or completely external. And those external forces should never affect your internal force, which is actually the goal towards achieving why you created this. Every organization, let it be Rijol or let it be Tescribe Consulting, whatever it is. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Soumya Narayanan. I run a company called Tescribe Consulting Services, a Chennai-based company. We are a digital transformer. Basically, we transform businesses in digital platform. Right? We create websites, logos, and we are very major in the content creation. And particularly, we work on a concept called thought leadership through the power of LinkedIn for all the business owners. That's about me. So, as coming back to it, the focus is very important, and more important, the never say die attitude. Because, as I already told you, the goals. Because if you people always say you should have a short-term goal, you should have a long-term goal. It can be anything. It can be a short-term. It can be a long-term. But when you are going through the goal, when you are going towards the path of achieving your goal, you get to find a lot of hurdles. Those hurdles should not frighten you and say, no, I'm not going back. Let me go back to work. Let me go back to do this, that, and all these things. Because I've seen a lot of failures. I've seen a lot of backstabs, heart attacks, a lot of things I've seen. But one thing is, I stood up straight because there were I don't know how many people understand Tamil. But recently, ஒரு மூவியில் போட்டிருந்தாங்க. அதாவது பயம் வந்து உங்களை பார்த்து பயப்படுமா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் இஸ், பயத்துக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்க ஃப்ரண்ட்ல நின்றுட்டு நீங்க அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்க எதிர்த்து நின்னாலே அந்த பயம் பயந்து போயிடுமா? ஸோ இட்ஸ் ஆஸ் சிம்பிள் ஆஸ் தட். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கக்கூடிய கனவு வந்து பெருசா இருக்கிறத விட அந்த கனவை நீங்க நம்புறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட். அதுக்கப்புறமா வந்து அந்த நெவர் சே டை ஆட்டிடியூட், இது ரெண்டும் ரொம்ப முக்கியமா பாக்குறேன். தேவி மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி த செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் கிரிட்டிக்ஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். நீங்க வந்து விமர்சிக்கலன்னா வேற யாரும் விமர்சிக்க முடியாது. So you should do that as well, because these things actually would add a lot of value to whatever you do. Other things are all automatically will come, because we are all entrepreneurs. We are all here to earn money. So money will automatically flow, because end of the day, money is going to be an external force.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So next we'll go with Mr. Dinesh. That will be the last one. Just to translate what Mr. Soumya said about, one is face the fear, okay, and the second one is criticize yourself, do self-introspection. Thank you, Mr. Soumya, for covering various points in a very short time. Thank you. Yeah, over to you, Dinesh.
Thank you, Thomas. And hello, everybody. I'm Dinesh. I'm a project management coach and the owner of Lead Up Management Training Institute. I do trainings on project management, change management, and risk management. Just to add for the habits of successful entrepreneurs, the first thought which came to my mind, and this is my very recent journey of starting the entrepreneurship, is that we have to have an habit of failing fast. Because as a newbie, we will try things, or sometimes we hesitate to try a new thing. But until we try that, we'll not come to know whether it is good for us or it is not good for us. So it's better we try. So even if it's a new tool, let's go ahead, try it. If I have to buy a subscription, let's go ahead and buy it. If it's a new practice, if I have to hire an employee, let's go ahead and hire it. Maybe we have to leave them after a month or so. But every aspect, like let's say sales, marketing, HR, finance, everything, we should try that. We should come to know whether it's really working for us, as with aligned to our business vision and mission or not. And that's about it. I mean, that's failing fast is something which I always imbibe, because until I don't try it, I'll not come to know whether it's right or wrong. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dinesh. So we're running short of time, so we'll conclude now. So, Dr. Devi, you would like to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to know about past training. Someone is,
Yeah,
refer that.
Devakumar, sir.
Yeah, please, sir, my number is available in our group. Kindly
Okay.
ping me the requirement for that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Devakumar,
Thank
sir, you're part of the WhatsApp group where everyone can post, no? Are you in that
I know
group?
today I got this and just I
So
will
which
just check
group
up
are
that.
you in? Are you in a group where it's admin only posting, or is it like everyone posting? Because admin only
One
posting
sec.
is, I just put it as a filter. When I put it in social media, I first make everyone.
BGSM, SM.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
then
what
you're in the admin. You're in the admin.
104 members are there in this.
Correct, sir. You're in the admin only admin only group. Can you tell your mobile number so that I'll add you into the other one?
99
Yeah.
99
Yeah.
723
Uh,
66.
uh,
Sir, I typed the number in chat. Please,
Okay, your number, right? Yeah.
yeah, my number.
yeah. 997236.
029.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'll add you there so that you can keep posting anything in that group, the other
Sure.
group. Yeah.
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
sir.
sure, sure.
So let's conclude. Thank you, Devi ma'am and
Right.
Devakumar sir. So
Yeah,
so please invite your friends for this meeting,
sure,
for the
sure.
upcoming meeting, so that we can have more thoughts and more ideas, more contributions, more consulting, and we can network and grow our businesses, challenge each other. Please invite your friends. And if you are inspired, you would like to share some topic with rest of us, and you feel it will add value to all of us, please let me know. You can take up the upcoming sessions. Okay, same format. You share, and then we all add value and network with each other. So the same format. So please inform me. You can take up one of the sessions, and we'll be happy for that. There are other support systems also. And these are books that I recommend if somebody really wants to become an entrepreneur and grow as an entrepreneur. And these are books I would recommend if somebody wants to see how large organizations are. If you've not had the opportunity to work in large organizations. Okay, but if you're already working in large organizations, then of course you will know how corporates work. But if you're not, then these are books I would definitely recommend. Finally, please share your questions in the group, and we can plan a session for that also. Thank you all very much once again for joining. It was a wonderful session and great
Yeah.
sharing. Almost everybody contributed for it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good night and have a great week ahead. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Thomas. Good night.
Thank you.